I love My Little Pony, to the point of watching the fan work, which is how I got into the fandom, with Fall of the Crystal Empire being my absolute favourite fan animation, and SillyFillyStudios did an amazing job animating it. However, it is not perfect. The animation starts off with a disclaimer, followed by the SFS logo. It is less animated than it is in their previous work, like Snowdrop and Luna's Cutie Mark, but this works in their favour, giving the video a more serious and sombre feel than the ones in the previously mentioned videos. After fading it, a little backstory is given before an eerie music plays. The camera passes on to Luna and Celestia in full armour, Celestia with a visible weapon under her wing. Luna, however, does not have that. They talk for a while about how to fight against Sombra and the Crystal Empire, and how the elements of harmony might fail, saying that they would have to fight if this is the case. Then they fly up and burst through a window that would have had to be broken with magic for the glass not to have harmed them. They use their magic, although the previously mentioned elements are not in sight. After Luna asked if that was all they had to do, Sombra comes up on a crystal created by his magic and slams into Celestia while his weapon goes to attack Luna. Luna must have amazing reflexes to block his scythe at that closer range. You can argue that she was not able to as the force sent her flying to the ground. The impact, however, should have affected her, as dust is seen flying up after she hits the ground pretty hard. She should have been out cold with at least a few broken bones. There is a flash of light from Celestia, who destroys the crystal and attacks Sombra. Luna recovers in time to fight off shards and counter Sombra's attack, before she and Celestia dive in to attack him at the same time. Sombra uses shadows to counter them, sending them flying back into a wall. The shadows form a crystal to temporarily keep Luna out of the fight, while Celestia uses light to destroy the shadows which are holding her before they get a chance to form crystals. She attacks Sombra, who hides in the darkness, only to attack her from behind, which she managed to counter. Her spear goes through his chest, but does no damage as Sombra is made of shadows. She allows him to laugh and charge up his magic before he pushes her away. He reminds her that they are fighting in his kingdom, before talking about how gods lack purity in their hearts, referring to how Celestia and Luna are viewed as gods in that world. He mentions tasting her wrath, which is one of the deadly sins, along with gluttony, lust, envy, greed, pride, sloth, and despair. These are the complete opposite of the 7 virtues: humility, kindness, abstinence, chastity, patience, liberality, and diligence. He comments on how it is delicious before Celestia tries to shut him up by attacking him with her light magic. Light is no match for shadow, however, and she hits Luna's crystal, which causes it to crack. Luna causes it to crack and Luna to wake up and become aware of the events happening. It is unknown how Sombra gets to Celestia for the following scene to happen. Celestia is transported to the castle of the 2 sisters, which she is confronted with Luna as Nightmare Moon. I do not know how Celestia knows Nightmare Moon wants to bring eternal night, or even wants to harm her, as Nightmare Moon does not say anything in this scene, just Celestia asking Nightmare Moon to stop using Luna's name. Before the scene ends, Sombra flashes up where Nightmare Moon is, with his scythe up, preparing to strike before it fades out. Sombra almost attacks Celestia, but Luna protects her sister by forming blades from her own magic to attack him. If she could do that in the first place, why bring a physical weapon? I know she's my mentor and all. She did trap me in crystal for over 1,000 years, but we do not speak about that. But she could learn a thing or two from me. Now that I think about it, if the magic of unicorns and alicorns worked the same way as the magic in Fairy Tail, constantly using her power on a magic sword would have been a strain on her magic. Although she summons multiple magic blades as she lands, which stick in the ground, so I don't know. They stare at each other for a while before Luna's eyes glow white and she summons multiple magic swords and attacks them all at once. My Celestia, Luna, I did not know you were Urza Scarlet. Sombra summons a wall of crystal to protect himself and sends it towards Luna when the swords hit it. She cuts it in half and charges towards Sombra. Their weapons clash and Luna is knocked back to a wall. She jumps off the wall and comes back to Sombra with Celestia's body visible behind her. They talk for a minute about petty imperialistic instincts before she moves faster than the eye can see and strikes consecutive times before he manages to disarm her. Also, Celestia's body is missing before she attacks. She glares at him with her glowing eyes and summons a huge crystal-type thing to trap his scythe, disarming him. When that blue crystal thing fades, he picks up his scythe, and she tries to pick up her sword, but fails, as Sombra brings it into the shadows and surrounds Luna with crystal. They have a small conversation about the night, in which one of my favourite lines is said. If I need to be a tyrant, then the best kind of slave is one who is willing. Luna attempts to destroy the crystal, and Sombra mentions about her falling to Celestia and tries to get Luna to join his side by triggering her. This is the second and last time Celestia's body is seen like this. Sombra tries to get Luna to try and persuade Equestria to fear the night, before Luna calls him a fool and reveals that she was stalling by effortlessly breaking the crystal. Sombra turns into shadows and advances towards a charging Luna, and tries the same trick on her as with Celestia. She tumbles down and her helmet falls off, and apparently her main band is attached to her helmet as that falls off as well. She pants for a while, her eyes green, before black covers her eyes and she laughs, her voice echoing. Her mane changes and the waviness no longer follows a pattern, and she talks about his power of shadows and darkness. She reveals her eyes, which the pupils have changed to a slit. She advances towards Sombra and takes his scythe. She negates his magic attack with his scythe. She charges towards Sombra and turns into Nightmare Moon. When asked what she is, she replies by saying, I am a nightmare, and attacking Sombra, possibly killing him. Celestia wakes up in a land of ice and snow, and when Luna tries to explain, Celestia assumes it was Sombra who banished the Empire, and when Luna's reaction suggests it was her as Nightmare Moon who did so, giving Sombra his worst nightmare, losing his kingdom. This is later supported by her eyes changing back to Nightmare Moon's momentarily, and the worried or guilty look in her eye. Maybe I'm looking too far into this, but Nightmare Moon sealing away the Empire works so much better than Sombra doing it. And it makes more sense than a salty king sealing away his kingdom for over 1,000 years. It was around when I was trapped in crystals, so I don't know if it was Sombra or Luna. It would also explain why Luna leaves when Celestia is about to tell Twilight about the Empire, because she feels remorse for banishing the Empire for 1,000 years.